Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to the Tetsudo Mokei podcast edition. I'm your host Kennedy, and on this podcast we talk about model trains in general, diorama, and today it's going to be, we're going to talk about the news, we're going to go into the rankings, but in terms of releases, May is going to be a pretty slow month because it's a pretty much Golden Week holiday month, and not much is going to be coming out. So, so far, well, for this week anyway. But yeah, I just want to let people know that we do have a TOMIX podcast edition. If you are into diecast metal cars, to check that out. If anything, it's I think if you love trains, more than likely you also collect diecast metal cars, maybe TOMIX, Hot Wheels, Matchbox, or even the TOMITech stuff. So definitely check out that podcast that we have also. So let's go ahead and kick off with some news. Okay, so let's kick off with some Tetsudo Mokei news. So this one's coming from Fuchu City. So on the first floor of the Lumiere Fuchu City Civic Center is the 9th Railway Model Square in Lumiere. So this was held on May 4th and May 5th. And as you can see here, this is a pretty sweet Plarail setup here that they did. So this event, let's see here, it was sponsored by KATO Equipment Service. Let's check it out right here. Look at that. They really hooked it up. Look at all those tracks right there. But the admission was free. The event is usually held every year on Children's Day, and this is the 9th annual event. And the person said that they were surprised when entering the large conference room. The venue is full of Plarail layouts, and many trains are running. Starting with tunnels, elevated bridges, iron bridges, and other crossings have been recreated. If you ever ridden Plarail, in other words, if you ever controlled one or played with one, it's a sight to behold. There were not only railways, but also Plarail ships that sailed under iron bridges. Oh, I see here. I was looking at it, and because of the blue tracks, they had like Plarail boats. That makes sense. That's pretty cool. But let's continue to see the other photos in here. Wow, look at that. And then you also see the TOMIX stuff as well. So, yes, this is a cityscape recreated with TOMIX mini cars. A whole town was reproduced. That's pretty cool. By the way, rails were laid around the outside of the layout, so many children were able to run their own Plarails freely. And the person said that time just flies because you're just admiring the look of the whole setup, and because it's such an overwhelming scale. And look at that. That is so cool. So this is a 9th-story viaduct. The train is running properly. And then the person said when he turned his eyes to the depot, there were many nostalgic sleeper trains, such as the blue train. And of course you can see them running. Look at that. That is really cool. And then they had a Shinkansen that runs through Tokyo Station, Marunouchi. What? Oh, wow. Is that a paper craft or what? So they had a Tokyo Station Marunouchi station building, and then they had the Hayabusa running in Tohoku. This is the W7 or the E7 actually, the E7. When you get the set for Takara Tomy, it's a W7. It's pretty much the same vehicles, just different regions, but somewhat different design, a little bit different. It's almost like the Hayabusa to the Yamabiko, but familiar commuter train. You got the latest Yamanote line E235 series, and then of course they're showing the Iron Bridge, but the highlight is just the layout of the viaduct that's higher than the height of a person. How on earth did they make it? You will be overwhelmed by that magnificent scale. There's also a Plarail on the Tama monorail. First time the person saw it. In the venue, there was also space where children could freely enjoy Plarail. In addition, at the second venue, they had HO gauge special diorama, and the familiar KO line was running. So this is the 9th Railway Model Square in Lumiere. Most of the people at the venue were families with children, but the event was so full of the appeal of Plarail that even adults could unintentionally return to their childhood. So that's pretty cool. So that event was held this weekend, so I mean that's really cool that they had it. Let's go on to other news. So this one is about Rokuhan and the electric locomotive, the EF63 3rd edition Z-gauge model train, will be released in June. Toy Tech, a toy maker, has announced that it will release a new Z-gauge series train, the EF63 electric locomotive 3rd generation Aojurin set, in early June as a new product of its model railroad brand Rokuhan. The Z-gauge series is 1/220 scale, 6.5 millimeter gauge model railroad model with a particular small scale vehicles. Despite its very small size, the details of the vehicle are precise and realistic, and even in a limited space such as on the table, the same long train as the real thing can be run compactly. The electric locomotive EF63 was born as an auxiliary machine between Yokogawa and Karuizawa on the Shinetsu main line, which is known for its steep slope of up to 66.7 per million, or is it mil? In 1997, Heisei 9, the Hokuriku Shinkansen between Tokyo and Nagano partially opened and its role ended, but still very popular with railway fans. So let's check out the photos here. There we go. So this is the this is modeled after the 3rd type, 24th and 25th type, but 24th and 25th, which reproduces the shape of the block type license plate and tail light, which is different from the 1st and 2nd type. Okay, the coupler can be replaced with the included dummy coupler. 2 types of dummy couplers are included, automatic coupler and a double-headed coupler. In addition to coloring the jumper plug receiver on the number 2 end side, you can change the car number by using the attached, I guess, whatever it comes with. So, an Arnold coupler for connecting to the 115 series is also included and can be used in conjunction with the AO203 front car connecting coupler, which is sold separately. So that is cool. So another event was held this past weekend. Train model event, manipulated by yourself driving event for children in Shimonoseki, Yamaguchi Prefecture. A model railroad driving event for children was held on the 6th at Kaikyo, Yumetara in Busendacho, Shimonoseki City. It was planned to have children operate popular model trains such as the Sleeper Limited Express Asakaze, connecting Shimonoseki and Tokyo, and the Shinkansen inspection vehicle Dr. Yellow. Watanabe Hisanori, a photographer and railroad enthusiast who lives in the city, brought about 30 models in his possession to the observatory on the 28th floor and created a course that can be operated by 8 people. The model is a type with a rail width of 9 millimeters called N-gauge, which is 1/150. In addition to the first appearance of the Nishikyushu Shinkansen Kamomome, this luxury sleeper train Twilight Express Muzikaze is also available. Parents and children from inside the outside the prefecture visit the venue, wearing station master hats from the JNR era, and also operating controllers. So this is from Mainichi. Okay, next up. Coming from TBS News Dig, this news is involving a woman in her who is 27 who drove a passenger car in Aichi, Ichinomiya City, and she was arrested for breaking through the fence and colliding with a JR train. I guess on the 4th, a woman who was driving a car was arrested in an accident where a train collided with the car on the JR Takara line in Ichinomiya City, Aichi Prefecture. Hirano Yukasuzu, 27 years old, a company employee from Ogaki City, Gifu Prefecture, was arrested. Let's check it out here. The accident forced the JR Tokaido line to stop operating between Nagoya and Gifu for about 6 hours. So, let's see here. What? I wonder usually they have some type of comment on why they did it, but here there's nothing. But for the most part, hopefully there are no significant injuries. I don't see anything mentioned about that, so I guess that's good. Okay, coming from 47 News, near Idanaka Station on the municipal subway Suramai line. What happened here? So around 10:25 p.m. on May 2nd, a passenger on a train running near Idanaka Station on the Nagoya municipal subway Suramai line said she was feeling some tingly sensations when something like a chemical was sprinkled or sprayed on her. She called 110 emergency line, and according to the Aichi Prefectural Police Showa Station, no one was injured. A female passenger in her 30s said she accidentally fired pepper spray inside the train or the subway. According to the Nagoya Municipal Transportation Bureau, police cars and fire trucks gathered near Idanaka Station, causing an uproar for a while. Matsumoto Daisuke, a 44-year-old company employee from Chita, Aichi Prefecture, who was on the same train, said 3 young men and women on the train said they had sore throat. Okay. And this one here, JR Kawagoe line, a train had, I guess, a line, and passengers were stuck in the line, and passengers were trapped for about 3 hours. Yikes! What happened here? So on the 2nd of May 2nd, there was a problem on the Kawagoe JR Kawagoe line. I'm sorry, where the inbound and outbound trains were approaching each other and stopped on a single track. Passengers were trapped in the car for about 3 hours, and JR is investigating the cause of the trouble. Wow. So, before 10 p.m. on the 2nd, between Sashiogi Station in Saitama City and Minami Furia Station in Kawagoe City, on the JR Kawagoe line, both 10 cars inbound and outbound trains approached each other several hundred meters and stopped. Wow. The Kawagoe line stopped driving for about 3 hours between Omiya Station and Kawagoe Station, and about 200 passengers were trapped inside 2 cars. Driving resumed after 1 a.m. on the 3rd. Oh, that sucks. That would suck. I'm sorry. 1 o'clock a.m. Hopefully there was no connecting vehicle they had to get to, but usually nothing is open, or nothing is available during that time. Yikes. Most of the Kawagoe line is a single track with some exceptions, and JR is investigating the cause of the trouble. because the inbound and outbound lines usually pass each other at certain points. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. At Kawagoe Station in Kawagoe City, Saitama Prefecture, people were seen returning home by taxi due to troubles on the JR Kawagoe line. You would think that JR would have paid for their taxi for that. A man in his 20s who was waiting for the taxi at JR Kawagoe Station said he was on his way home from work, and the ride was not going well. So while outside the train, he's been waiting for a taxi to go home for about 30 to 40 minutes, and it still hasn't arrived. A teenage man who lived near the scene, who witnessed the trains approaching each other, said there were passengers on both trains, but no ambulance came, and the passengers were sitting in their seats. I was using my smartphone, so I wasn't in a rush. The Kawagoe line tends to be delayed by the wind, but I don't think it's possible to be on the verge of an accident like this, where trains are facing each other. That is crazy. That usually tells you that a switch point didn't work, or somehow something didn't happen. But this could have been a major disaster, especially with 200 people on one train. Or that could have been a major disaster. Fortunately, both stopped before they collided with each other. That's all I could say. That is just bad. JR personnel arrived at the site by car with an emergency siren sounded, and they were working in a hurry in the dark to get everything moving. That is just wow. That's just a shocker right there. I usually don't see this thing happening in Japan. That's terrible. But it could have been a lot worse, and fortunately, it didn't come to that. So, okay. So, you know what? I think that should be it for... I mean, there's a lot of train news that's happening, but, you know, a lot of them are usually event or related or some crime related. I was looking for something a little bit more positive for this week's episode, but... let's go ahead and look at the sales ranking for trains. So let's check that out. So what is the best selling train from Yodobashi as of this past week? Let's see here. Okay, first place goes to Trains Engaged Diecast Metal Train, number 45, which is the E217 Sobu Rapid Service Yokosuka line. Okay. Second is another diecast. It's the train number 53, E653 Inaho Hamanasu color. Wow. Mostly the diecast metals, but you can't be surprised by that because they're a lot cheaper than standard trains. So the train number 53 E653 series in Naho Azure color. So they got a red one and a blue one, which pretty much take the second and third place. Fourth place is the Masudaya Corporation Masu Panel World Run Shinkansen Type 923. Fifth place is the Masudaya Corporation Mas Panel Road Run Shinkansen Stop and Go Hayabusa Komachi set. Those Masudayas are really doing well. I mean, they're cheap, and they're really like single passenger trains, just one vehicle that kids can ride on the map, but it's still a good educational tool and good toy for them to play with. So at at number 4, that one's just like 1790 yen. The other one's 2610 yen. So it's not too bad. Let's see here. Another train, diecast metal, which is number 6. This is the Inoden diecast scale model. That's something I would definitely like to have, because I like to get the Inoden stuff. 7th place, the Muroka Pullback Kitty Hello Kitty Shinkansen. So that is another one That is a single train. Let's check out number 8. Number 8 is Toyko's Sound Train, the Hankyu Railway Series 1000. So that pretty much covers the best selling car ranking. But let's go ahead and check out the Plarail. And we are going to see the ranking for that. Let me go ahead and bring that up. Okay, so for Plarail, the #1 selling vehicle is the set that contains the E5 series Shinkansen and the E6 series Shinkansen. So you're getting a Hayabusa and a Komachi. So it's in a set together, so I think that's pretty cool. Second place is the Takara Tomy Plarail ES12, my Plarail train. So that's one with a lot of stickers that you can apply. Third place is the Plarail ES09, the Nankai Rapid. At fourth place is the ES03 E6 series Shinkansen Komachi. Fifth place is the S24 Panda Kuroshio Smile Adventure Train. Sixth place is the S14 series E6 Shinkansen Komachi Connected. Seventh place is the S50 series E531 Joban line. Eighth place is the S30 series E233 Chuo line. Ninth place is the S60 EF66 electric locomotive Plarail. 10th place is the Plarail KF09 Taki 43,000 tank car. Should we continue? Yeah, let's go ahead and go all the way to the top 20. 11th place is the S32, the door opening and closing E235 Yamanote line. 12th place goes to the Metro Hanzamon line 08 series and the Yurakucho line, Fukutoshin line 10,000 series double set. This one has not been released yet, so this is just for pre-order. The 13th place goes to that Asobi, Plarail Asobi line, or not line, I mean set, track set, which comes with a pretty cool train. Let's see here. 14th place goes to the Hankyu Electric Railway 1000 series. That's Plarail S47. At 15, you got the KF06 Plarail containers, and 16th place, the KF05 containers. And at 17th place is the KF10 Tomica freight car. And I think a lot of parents are probably getting these for their children because it's the cheapest vehicle that they can get, and they can attach to their Plarail as well as freight. So I think it's a win-win situation there. 18th place, you got the Plarail KF07 rail carrier. And then 19th, you got the animal transporter, the KF03. And the 20th place is the Plarail S34 car transport train. Okay, so that's the sales ranking for Yodobashi for both train and Plarail. We will now move to a different ranking. This is Big Camera, and they don't necessarily have a train ranking per se for all trains, but they do have it for the Plarail. And for Big Camera, the #1 selling is people are pre-ordering for that Hanzamon line and Yurakucho line, Fukutoshin line double set. It's a little expensive though. I was a little surprised because usually with the sets you can get them usually around 3,600 yen, but this one's starting at 5,280. So it's yeah, it's a little tad bit expensive. Second place is another pre-order for the S37 Osaka Metro Chuo line 400 series. Number 3 is a Plarail Real Class pre-order for the Udakyu Romance car. Fourth place is a Sobi Tool part set. Fifth place are extra connectors. Sixth place is J14th block piers. Seventh is another track set for those of you again, for those of you outside of Japan, you definitely want to order it from your U.S. or whatever country you live in. Check out your Amazon store to see if they have it, because you may be able to get it a lot cheaper than in Japan, because Amazon Japan, unfortunately, the shipping tends to be really high on Plarail stuff. So the trains, not so much. It's just the sets. They, for some reason, pretty much almost double or triple the shipping for that, and it's unusual. I'm not sure why, but I think maybe sometimes I wonder if it's to deter international fans from purchasing, because they see that shipping and handling. They're like, nope, forget it. 8th place is a Plarail R20. But again, how I got my tracks is pretty much through, you could get them through eBay, or you could get them through your own Amazon. I know that in the US, this set right here is available. It's about $6 more, but you get the free shipping and handling, so it kind of helps out a lot. The R20 straight rail, I can understand why those sell a lot. It's because when you start building your tracks, you're always going to be needing something like this, where let's say that you got a big track right here with a Audi. You'll need more of these innies, because you'll get more of this side. It's just unusual. It's hard to explain, but yeah, it's really useful to have these things right here, especially if you can get it cheap. 352 yen, but then when the Amazon Japan, they probably would put a lot of shipping towards it, which is unusual. That's why you want to buy in if you're going to use Amazon Japan, just add other items to make that shipping work. So that's the best advice I can give you on that. 9th place is the Plarail KF08 material transport wagon. 10th place goes to the Plarail KF02 long tank truck. So it usually contains like petroleum. Well, that's real life, not Plarail. 11th is the slope set, so people can add some of these slopes. 12th place is the Plarail Garage transformed train case. That's pretty cool. So you can actually put 4 Takara Tomy trains inside this case. 13th place goes to the Plarail ES10 Kentetsu Meihan. So that's pretty cool. And number 14th, you got that Mickey Mouse S13 Popo train. Then you have the OTO1 Talking Thomas train, and then you get more straight rails. 17th place is the Takara Tomy Plarail J24. 18th place are those rubber wheel tires, covers, whatever you want to call them, that gives it traction. Then 19 is the S58 Plarail Railway Crossliner. And 20th to end this ranking, Tank Engine, Thomas the Tank, Go Thomas Waterfall Drive, Adventure Peak. And it comes with a free DVD. So there you have it. The top 20 from Big Camera. Okay, let's do some reaction videos. This is Yuto. And let's see what he's building here.
こんにちは、ゆうと放送局のゆうとでございます。今回はですね、前からコメントが多かったというか、いただいたコメントがありまして、築堤の作り方を教えてくださいということで、リクエストというか、のコメントをいただきましたので、今回はですね、その築堤の作り方をご紹介したいと思います。あくまで、僕流の作り方ですので、もっと他にもね、いい方法があったり、もっとこうした方が実物っぽくなるよとかいろいろあると思うんですけど、あくまでね、参考になればいいなということで、僕流のやり方で作っていきたいと思います。で、築堤といえば、トミックスさんからもう築堤発売されてるんですよね。数年前というか、いつだっけな、2016年ぐらいだっけな、に発売されたんですけど、それを持ってるんですけどね、やっぱりこう、直線だけしかなくて、これ曲線用の、築堤っていうのが発売されてないと思うので、そういう、いろいろ理由がありまして、自作の築堤の方が手っ取り早いということで、作っていきたいと思います。 まず用意するものが、もうあらかじめね、切ってしまったんですけども、まず、スタイロフォームを用意してください。スタイロフォームはホームセンターとかね、大きさによるんですけど、場合によってはホビーショップとか鉄道模型コーナーとかに置いてあると思うんですけど、とにかくね、スタイロフォームを
For those
用意
outside
し
of
てください。
Japan, you
発
probably
泡
would
ス
have
チ
to
ロールで
buy
も大丈夫だと思うんで
this
すけど、
cheap
発泡スチロー
styrofoam,
ルだと結構粉
and
が
then
出
you
る
would
とい
have
うか
to
ね、切った
curve
時
it
とかに、ね、
using
結
a
構ボロボロ
cutter.
になってしまうということで、あとはこっちの方が強度が
And then
あるんじゃないかなというこ
glue
とで、まあ加工のしやすさとかいろいろありまして、スタイロフォームをおすすめします。で、一応この上にね、まあこのレールをこんな感じで乗せるということですね。もうあらかじめね、まあこれに合うようにね、もう切ってしまったんで、もう切るところの、動画を撮ってないんですけど、まあこんな感じでですね、その築堤を作りたい部分の線路に合わせて、加工してください。まあ今回はちょっと曲線なんですけどね、こんな感じで。で、一応、このレールに沿って、まあ一応線だけ引いておいて、それよりですね、ちょっとこう、3センチぐらい、まあ、ボンド使ってもいいんですけど、僕はもう両面テープもいいんですけど、僕はちょっとカッターだと難しいので、ここに関してはこのスチロールカッター使っていきます。
You can
はい、
get
こ
these
れ
at
をホーム
any
センター
hobby
かなんか
shop,
で購入できると思
Hobby
います。
Lobby.
これをですね、本当は線とか書いた方がいいんだけど、僕はもう感覚で適当にやります。まあちょっとこう
or
斜めに
whatever
し
hobby
て
shop you
やっ
have
てい
in
き
your
ます。
country. That makes it easy to trim the styrofoam. So
切ってみましたらこんな感じになりましたね。わかりますか？少し斜めになりましたね。もうちょっと斜めにしたいとかね、もうちょっとこうしたいっていうのがあれば、また自分でこうやってね、調整してください。こっち側も行きたいと思います。反対側もやっていきたいと思います。
So he's going at a little angle right there. Those devices usually
はい。
cost
で、
about 20
1回で
bucks.
やろうと思わずに、何回かでこう分けてやった方が作
I
業し
actually
やす
was
いのか
planning
な
to
と思い
buy
ます
it,
ね。まあ今ちょっとやってみたんですけど、まだこれだと
and
形がちょっと
I
違和感
actually
があ
had
り
the
ましたよね。
styrofoam
なんでちょ
already,
っとこれも修正してい
but
き
for
ま
me, I
す。
ended up getting the TOMIX the stands because I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to have a little, if I wanted to block the area underneath the tracks. I thought I probably wanted to have
はい、
it
ということ
open.
でいろいろ修正してこんな感じになりました。まあちょっとデコボコというかボコボコになってますけ
In
ど、これ
hindsight,
は
I may
ね
have
あんま気にしなくて
I
大丈
should
夫
have
です。
maybe stuck with the
はい。
styrofoam.
一応こんな感じで形にはなりましたね。まあ雑ですけ
The
ど。
reason why is sometimes
で
you
は
lose
次にやる
parts.
作業なんですけど、こちらを使います。トミックス
Okay,
のシナリープラスターですね。
Wow.
はい。
He's
まあ
using
開けてみ
TOMIX
るとちょっと
plaster.
まあさっき使っちゃったんですけどね。こんな感じの粉になってます。
For those of
これ
you
を使って何をする
outside
かという
in
とです
of
ね、まあ
Japan
今こん
or
な感
living
じ
in
で土台
US,
というかベースができました。
I think the
でこれ
cheapest
に塗料を
plaster
塗
I
っ
could
て下
recommend
地
is
を
from
まあ処理
Marshall.
してもいいんですけども、まあこれだけだとちょっと物足りないんで
No,
すよ
not
ね。
Marshalls.
ということで、
Both
まあちょっと
Marshalls
デコボ
and
コ感を
Hobby
出したいとい
Lobby.
うことで、
But
それに
you
適
can
したの
also
がこの
get
シナリープラスターですね。使い
clay,
方
but
なん
let's
で
see
すけ
what his
ど、これ
plan
に
is
まあ
for the plaster.
多分紙コップかなんかに使う分入れて、水でこう薄めてというか水を加えてですね使うみたいです。僕はまだ、
Many people
ね、
use
実は今回
plasters
か
to
ら
make
初
their
めて使った
mountains.
のであんまりこう慣れてないんですけども、まあちょっとや
Some
ってみ
people
ましょ
found
う。
other
はい、
ways
ということで、
to
今
avoid the
紙コップ
plaster.
を2つ用意してきました。で、1つに水をですね、まあ、とりあえず適当に入れました。で、こっちにシナリプラスターを一応、
One YouTube
使う
video,
分、まあどのぐ
he
ら
was
い
using
必要かわかんないんだけど、
like
適当に
pillow
じゃあまず入れていきます。
pillow fabric and
ちょ
styrofoam
っとね、これが
instead of using
難しいんで
plaster,
すけどね。
and he built his mountains
今
that
多めに
way.
入れてみました。で、
But
水
here's
を
the plaster. You just
加
add
え
some
ま
water.
す。よし。そうするとね、こんな感じでちょっとドロドロになります。で、まあ筆かなんかを使ってですね、まあちょっとこんな感じで混ぜてあげて、お、いい感じいい感じ。
It's gonna
あんま
get
りこ
thick
れ
and
水入れ
chunky.
すぎも良くないかもしれないんですけど、まあちょうどいい量というかね、僕もうまく説明できないんだけど、こんな感じになるのがちょうどいいのか
Okay,
もし
so
れません。
what I think what he's
こんな
doing
感
right
じにな
now,
っ
and I
た
guess
ら
for what
今
showing
作
people
っ
is
た
how
この
he
築
built
堤の側面部分ですね。
his
ここにこう塗っていきます。まあ塗るっていう表現が合
how
って
he
るのかわかんない
built
けど、
those high-rising
まあ
areas
要はですね、
that are
こんな感じで多
overlooking
めに
his
取っちゃ
fields.
って、もう
I
こういう
did
感
a
じで
podcast
こんな感じでですね。
probably several episodes back
塗るっていうか塗っちゃダメだ
showcasing
こ
his
うしちゃうとダメ
diorama,
だ
which
から
was
こう
amazing.
ポタポタこう叩きつけるイメージでやっていきます。結構ねこれ大変なので、気をつけてくださいというかね、結構大変です。 多めに取ってあげて、
So as you guys know, for mine,
わざとデコ
I
ボコを
avoided
作
the
った方が、
plaster. I went ahead and used
かっこいいのか
clay,
なと思います。
mainly to minimize the mess.
はい。
But it's just whatever works for you. Nope, I don't want to see Ashley Holmes. Skip.
ちょっとやりすぎた。
I think the good thing though about using plaster is you don't have to use that much, whereas clay you kind of have to use all of it. I use styrofoam and then I put the clay over it, and then painted it. Well, no, I didn't paint it. I started applying
は
the
い、こんな
foliage.
感じで側面ができました。まあちょっと雑な気もしますが、まあ個人的にはこれでいいかなと
I
思います。
think the reason why I also
これ
went for
で
the
ですね、まあ
clay is
一応
because
こ
you
こ
have
も
a
やって
choice of
ここもやっ
different
て後ろもやるので
colors.
まだまだ大変ですけど頑張ります。まあ、先にち
You
ょっと
get
後ろ
brown
側やっ
clay
ちゃ
or
おう
white
かな。
clay or gray clay, whatever you prefer. So you can see here, it does take a lot of work. It does take some time. But that's something when it comes to dioramas, that's something you just, you come to it knowing that building one and, you know, producing various aspects of it takes a very long time. I mean, I started mine, this latest one, back in
はい、
January,
一応雑ですけ
and it's still
ど、
ongoing.
4箇所っていうんですかね、まあ、側面全部しなりプラスターでこんな感じで塗ってみました。で、大体ですね、これ今塗ったばっかりなんですけど、大体3時間ぐらいで固まるという風に書いてありますので、まあ、いつも大体ね、3時間より結構量があるんでね、まあ、それ以上待っていた方がいいのかなと思います。ということで、とりあえず、まあ、3時間ぐらいこのまま置いといて様子を見たいと思います。
So you know
そ
that
れで
thing
は
up
3
there
時
in the
間後
upper
どうぞ。
left? That's those TOMIX
はい、
bridges.
結
That's
局
what
あ
I
れから、
use
5時
a
間が経
lot
過し
for
まし
my
た。
tracks.
やっぱ3時間じゃ
Especially
ね
the ones
完全に固まっていなかったんです
overhead
ね。
because I
今5時
tend
間
to
ほど
run
経過したらようやく固まってきたって感じですかね。まあようやくというかかな
another
り固まっ
track
てきました。
underneath it.
まあ手にちょっと
So
つくんですけどね。だからあんまり強く力をかけたりすると折れてしまったり剥がれてしまうので、まあちょっと注意していきます。で、今からとりあえずだいぶ乾いたということなので下地塗っていきたいと思います。で、今回使用するのがじゃじゃん、加藤のアンダーコートのアース
undercoat
色
green.
グリーン色、この2つを用意しまして、これをですねブレンドして使っていきたいなと思います。片方だけでも全然いいんですけど、まあ両方混ぜた方がね、まあいい色というかね、自然に近い色というか、なんていうんですかね、まあ2つあって混ぜた方がまあそれっぽくなるんじゃないかなということで2
It's
つ用意しまし
interesting
た。
because usually when you see modelers or so, they tend to go for the Tamiya.
まあ直に僕はもうこういう感じで、
Let's check out to see what Yuto does with his.
こんな感じでやっちゃい
Okay,
ま
there's
す。
the brown.
で、筆を使ってですね、ちょっとこう塗っていくって感じですかね。
I see.
まああんまり強い力をかけないで軽くやる感じでやります。だいぶこれいい色なんですよね。まあ今回私はね最初からこういうのを買いましたけど、多分普通に絵の具というか普通の塗料でも全然いけます。
I actually thought about doing that, but instead I kept to the whitish,
で、
and then
ま
I
あ時
started
々ね
using
グリーンの方もちょっとこう混ぜてあげたり
a gunpla
す
related
るといいかもしれないです。
powder to color.
まあこの加減はですね、まあ
To
本
make
当
a little
適
bit
当
more
です。こんな感じ
grayish.
でちょっとこ
You can
う
do
ムラがあ
whatever
っ
you
た方
want.
が自然になりますよね。おお、いい感じですね。で一応ね後で上もやります。
This is a little convenient though.
はい、こんな感じで側面の塗装終わりました。まああとこれを全体的に塗っていく感じですね。結構いい感じですね。まあちょっとアース色とグリーンを適当に、まあ、ブレンドというか組み合わせてですね、塗るとですねいい感じになるんじゃないかなと個人的には思いますね。じゃあ他のところもやっていきます。
Okay. So he gets the sides right there. Oh, he gets it all over. Okay.
やばい。ふざけてやったらちょっと多すぎた
That's
わ。
what I also did the same thing with my
やべえやべえ。
plaster. I went all over.
はい、とりあえずこんな感じで
Or not
全
the
体
plaster,
の
but
下
the
地
clay.
塗装が終わりました。続いてはですね、まあ今下
And
地
then
を塗
after
っ
it
て 次に、
everything
ターフ、
dried,
ターフを巻いていきた
I
いと
started
思
to
いま
put the
す。どうぞ。
foliage.
結局あれから
Okay,
です
time
ね、
later, there
1
you
日が経
go.
過してしまいました。こんな感じで固まって完全に固まりました。乾きましたね。で、ちょっとここは欠けてしまって元のというかスタイロフォーム見えちゃってるんですけど、ここレールが来るので、まあなんとかごまかしたいと思います。結構いい感じになりましたよね。結構ボコボコ感というかデコボコになってていい感じです。で今から、このままだとね、ちょっとそれっぽくないということで、今度はですね、じゃじゃん、ちょっと別の容器に入れてますけども、こちらですね、ターフ、加藤のターフになります。別にトミックスのカラーパウダーでもいいんですけども、僕は加藤の、ね、ターフを使ってですね、ちょっと、側面にこう、
I got mine at Hobby Lobby. I think
タ
they're
ーフを
like
加えていきたい
$12
と思いま
for
す。やり方はいろいろあるんですけどね、ちょっと側面すごいやりにくいんですけど、最初にちょっとそのままかけるより、ちょっと水をこう濡らしてあげた方がやりやすいので、いつもこういう感じで霧吹きでちょっとこう湿らすような感じでやってます。はい、ではちょっとやっていきたいと思います。このままだとちょっとやりにくいので、ちょっとこう角度をつけてですね、何でもいいので手で押さえてもいいんですけど、適当に何か、こう角度をつけてですね、これでやった方が非常にやりやすいのかなと思いますね。
Spray glue?
ちょっとやっていきたいと思います。
Which you can also purchase at Hobby Lobby if you are outside
で
of
ちなみにこのターフなんですけど、全部きっちり隠そうとはしないで、
whatever similar
少しこ
to
う下
whatever
地とい
you
うかね、
use in your
少し
country
見えた方
for
がかっこいいの
hobbies.
で、きっちりもう分厚くきっちり全部
Especially if you have hobby
隠してやろ
stores.
うとはそこまで
Support
考
your
えな
local
くても
hobby
大丈夫
stores
で
if
す。
they're if you
軽
still
く
have
やる
one
程度
around.
で。ちょっと今回ターフ1色しかなかったので、
Those hobby
これだけなんですけ
stores
ど、
will always need
できればいろんな
need
色
your
がね、
support.
こうあった方がリアルになるとは思います。ない場合は全然これでも買わないです。僕も実際そう
Don't
なん
want
で
to say they're a dying breed, but it's really hard to compete against the big department stores, right? So
とりあえず
the mom and
こんな
pop
感じで
hobby
できた
store,
ら
please support
一度
them.
霧吹きで、ちょっとこれ散らばっちゃったりするとあれなんですけどね、霧吹きでこんな感じでやります。
Okay, that's cool.
そして固着をしていきます。固着はですね、もう作ってしまったんですけども、ボンドをですね、水で薄めて、こんな感じでボンド水溶液というのを作ります。
So he's gonna add the
これをスポイ
bond
トかなん
right
かで取
after.
ってあげて、こんな感じ
Usually
で
in
垂ら
the
していきま
US
す。
they talk about using
こ
bond
れ結構
for
ちょっと大変
the
なんですけど、地味というかね、
for
集
the
中力が
tracks, for
必要
the
なんですけども、こんな感じでやっていきます。で今ね、ちょっとターフの量が少ないなって気がしたら、もう一回上からですね、かけてあげて調整してください。乾いてからでもまたできるんですけどね、うまいこと調整してください。一応こんな要領で残りの3面ですね、やっていきたいと思います。
Junk sleep got you all jumbled up? During Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale, get a king for the...
はい、だいぶ適当で雑になってしまいましたけども、一応
ballast.
ターフを巻いて今
A lot of people
固着
use
させて
bond
る
for
と
ballast,
ころでござい
but
ます。
it's
まだ
cool
ね
to see
全
him
然
use
乾い
it
て
for
ないの
also
で
the
あれなんですけ
foliage.
ども、で最後にちょっと本当は乾いてやった方がねちゃんとできるんですけども、時間もないということで
So
もうやっちゃい
there
ま
we
す。
go.
最後に
I was
おな
wondering
じ
if
み
he's
フ
gonna
ォー
put
リ
the
ッチ
thicker
クラ
type
ス
of
ター、
foliage
通称ブロッコリーと
without
皆さん
using
に呼んで
the
ますけど、
powder-based
フ
stuff.
ォ
But
ーリッチクラスターをつけていきたいと思います。一応ボンドでねつけていきます。適当にボンドを出してつけていきます。どこにどうつければいいかって特に決まりはないので、本当感覚でというか自分の好きなようにやってください。一応例えばこういうところにちょっとでかかったな、こんな感じでですね、なんていうんですかね、この縁の部分とか
product, but everyone knows what version it is.
一色じゃなくてやっぱりこれもね、いろんな色があった方がいいということで、とはいっても 2色しか持ってないんですけど、暗い緑と明るい緑でこう混ぜて交互にやってでも面白いと思います。
My recommendation, if you're gonna buy foliage, make sure to get dark and green. It's good to mix them up.
はい、ということで結構時間がかかってしまいましたが、全体に
As you can
フォー
see
リッチ
there,
クラ
he's
スタ
using a
ーを、
darker green,
く
lighter
っつけ
green.
ました。まだちょっとつけたばっかりなので、ボンドも乾いてないので、ちょっとまだ白いとこ見えてますけど、一応つけました。はい、では完成したものをこちらに置いてみました。一応こんな感じで、短いんですけど、ここに築堤を設置しました。だいぶフォーリッチクラスターの量増してしまいましたね。ちょっとね、盛りすぎちゃってね、本来の築堤、こんな感じのイメージだったんですけど、ちょっとね、盛りすぎて、ほとんど結局ブロッコリーになってしまいましたけども、いい感じですね。で、一応こっちから見ると、こんな感じ。あんま見えなかった。はい。で、ここで一応築堤がここと、ここが全部。
You can see how he does his, he's been doing his tracks.
結構時間はかかりましたけど、
This is similar to what I
自
have,
作
but
した方
again,
が
I
結
use
構雰囲気
clay,
出てかっこいいのかなと思います。はい。それではぜひ皆さんも作ってみてはいかがでしょうか。さよなら。
Okay, that's a very, very good tutorial video from Yuto. And definitely check out his YouTube channel. Let's go ahead and check out another one. Okay, next up, one of my favorite diorama makers. His work is amazing. And this one is for Cityscape Studio. And he's making the world's busiest station, Shinjuku Station, in 1/150 scale, and he has been posting videos. It's, I think it's going to take some time, but let's go ahead and start with this one here, and we're going to go ahead and increase it here.
Uncomfortable? Yeah. Here.
Wow. He really done a real, amazing job on that. He's using a self-moving bus? A familiar sight for people who have been to Shinjuku Station before. Shinjuku Station, there's two. And they've been doing a lot of renovations there, but Cityscape tends to use a lot of CAD software of designing and then using a 3D printer. That's one of the pluses there. And yeah, a lot of it is looks like it's almost like a thick paper craft. So. But every time I watch his videos, it's just quite amazing. Bear in mind, though, this person's a pro. He has a lot of experience doing this type of stuff, so. I mean, even when you buy magazines, especially TRANE magazines, model TRANE magazines, you'll see his stuff being featured, and you can see right there behind him. That's his him doing the Shibuya scramble, the crossing. There we go, spray painting. It's interesting because you usually see him doing a lot more of the airbrushing, but he probably might do that later. Oh, there we go. You just have to be amazed of the detail that he puts into it, making these and painting them, and just Oh, nice. That is so cool. Yeah, pretty much Cityscape Studio uses a lot of 3D printing, and I've done this before, but I build mine on Illustrator or a similar type of software. Oh, that's convenient when you can just do that type of stuff. Especially if you have a big printer that can print that wide. Really convenient. He makes it look so easy. His work is incredible. It's just, and he's really self-sufficient. You know, don't even need to, you know, buy things when he can just create it himself. So. So as you can see there, it's just everything is created. Even with his own LED lights. So he glues the LEDs on there. Oh, that's how my diorama looks like right now with all those wires hanging around. Oh, that makes sense. If you paint over it. Yeah, that's just a lot of work, but it looks incredible. Wow. So he also makes his own lights, includes the LEDs, very convenient. Uses a tiny drill there, okay. Wow. just impressed. This is a lot of work, but this is just impressive. That's pure dedication right there. So he printed out his train station information boards. Very nice. Interesting, he chose to use the white glue instead of like a super glue or something like that.
Turn your garden into a gorgeous oasis with 40% off the spring shop at Hobby Lobby.
Wow, he solders his own stuff too. And as you can see, that is like professional stuff right there. This guy knows from electronics to construction and stuff like that. This is just impressive. Let's go ahead and forward a little bit more. Let's get to the point where he actually puts it together. Those must be the little top ducts for the building, or the fans. Doing those pipe ducts. Wow, that is a lot of detail right there. You know, it amazes me when people, you know, are able to create paper crafts, but to see him where he takes 3D printing is just incredible. Granted, I don't know how much it costs. I know my friend was telling me when he had his 3D printer, it was quite expensive to print things out to get the materials, but now these days I don't know about that. Okay. Obviously the sign that's up in the front of the building. Let's have the green. There we go. The blue. See, for me to cut that stuff off would drive me nuts. Heck, and I wouldn't even have it as straight as he has it right there. Mine would be all crooked. That's just painstaking work right there. It looks so nice. Wow, is he gonna make the whole stairway too? I'm sure he is. Wow. Look at all those devices. Saturn 8K, Mars 2. Wow, that is just incredible, man. But this is his professional business, so this is impressive. I would imagine he does a lot of work for possibly a lot of buildings who are doing planning for their creation of new high-rises. Okay. So he also creates his figurines. It's very convenient if you have the skills to do that. Man, create the guitar and everything. I remember a friend of mine who created a miniature version of himself. It was kind of funny, but yeah, he would put it at his work desk himself in 3D format. But I think one time it fell over the desk and it broke, unfortunately. I was showing him though how figurines, these mini figurines, are popular for dioramas, and but he said that he hasn't used this 3D printer in a very long time. And bear in mind, his 3D printer is the one from back in 2014, 2015, so technology has changed a lot in the last 10 years in terms of 3D printing. I don't know if the prices are good, but wow. See how he does this? Of how he puts them and gets them, he just puts them straight on. I never have that success. They keep on falling off no matter what. I tried rubber cement, I tried glue. It's just I've never. It takes a lot more glue than I expected. That's why when I do close-up pictures, you see this big old globs of cement because I don't want it falling off. This is pretty cool. Okay, look at this. That is impressive. You know, I often wondered how he did all these people, but I would imagine just to paint every single person would be very challenging. So here we go, nighttime. That is just wonderful. Wow, I am so impressed by that. Not sure if he has a moving bus or he's doing like stop animation. I would be certain he's using a moving bus. Makes me wonder if he also created his own vehicles. Well, this one I'm pretty sure it's a Tomy moving bus. As always, his stuff always impresses me. When he puts something together, it's just amazing. Definitely one of the highlight channels you should have if you are into building dioramas, especially for cityscapes. Look at it here. This is just amazing. Look at that. This is wonderful. Yes, I will definitely give you a high rating for this. You did a wonderful job. Okay, everyone. That is Cityscape Studios using the south gate of Shinjuku Station. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, so we're going to end today's episode by talking about the 22nd International Model Train Convention. This will be held on August 18th through the 20th, and it will be held from 10 o'clock to 1800 on the 18th and 19th of Saturday, and from 10 o'clock to 1700 on the 20th. The venue will be at Tokyo Big Sight, East Hall, and exhibitions by modelers and model makers, exhibitions of actual railway models, various contests, model classes, the rail market, photo exhibitions of electric locomotives, stage events, etc. The entrance fee is 1,500 yen for adults, 1,200 yen for middle and high school students, women, and those over 7 years old. Elementary school students and younger are free, must be accompanied by a guardian. And advance one-day ticket, exchange ticket for admission cost 1,200 yen. There's also a setting of a 3-day ticket. And some people may be wondering, why is, when they say adults, why is it only men that have to pay 1,500 and then women for 1,200 yen? And I think it's probably to encourage the hobby among women, because of course everything is usually with most of the train fans that you see are probably 95% men. So it's a pretty good way to attract people, many women who may be interested in model trains to join the hobby. But you can see the images right here. I think let's see if we get a bigger one here so you can see it. Looks like there's a good turnout compared to from previous years. So I think yeah, for model train fans, this is going to be really cool. But as always, these events may be Komike or this train event, International Model Railroad Convention. You just got to drink a lot of water and be cool, because August is going to be humid, and if you never ever felt Tokyo or Japan humidity, you're going to be in for something really, what's the word, hellish? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, August is not exactly the a month that well, you have Komike and then you have this event, so a Tokyo big sight. So I think if anything, just remember to find ways to stay cool. I don't think there's going to be long lines, so I don't think you're going to suffer waiting outside that long. And you're going to be near a Odaiba area, so you got the cool breeze and wind sometimes over there. But yeah, I think this is going to be very cool, and everyone check this event out if you are going to be in the Tokyo area in August. And everyone, if anything, I hope you are having a good time with your train collections and building of dioramas. I think I've been busy doing that for the past 2 weeks. I haven't done many train videos because I've been doing a lot of placements of people in my city, and just trying to have them glued on. They keep on falling off, and I have to glue them again. It's just a painstaking situation, and also the lights of trying to hide the wires. It's been also a pain doing that. So everything takes time. When you work on dioramas, you just have to understand that these things take a while. So nothing to be too concerned about when building dioramas. And it's one of the reasons why I showed those 2 videos, is that they take time. They take a lot of time, and they take some effort, take some money too, getting those supplies. But for the most part, when you start and you start seeing how progression happens, you can't help but be very happy with the results. Also, along with adding people to my diorama, I've been switching out lights. Prior, I've been using a lot of smaller LED lights hooked up to a CR2032 battery, but I've been changing those out now with rechargeable puck lights. The puck lights are great because they can be controlled by remote control. You don't have to drill, and I kind of like that aspect of not having to drill anything. And so I started doing that with my buildings. But those lights that I did get with the CR2032 battery, I've been using those towards the little island for the stations. So I've been doing that. But other than that, I just been, it's been cool. Been busy working on the diorama, and I'll start doing more. I'll have another Shin Yamamoto video coming out There's just a lot of plans, that I do have. It's just that I'm trying to get everything all situated, because I've been focusing on writing the train so much that I need to really focus on getting this diorama completed, because it does take a lot of time. So, but anyway, I hope everyone has a good start of your week, and enjoy your trains, enjoy everything that Tetsudo Mokei, the world of Tetsudo Mokei can bring to you. So you take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.